Welcome back to the Urban Ranch version 2.0 quickshot 6. Utilities for the Urban Ranch are certainly going to be updated, including the electric. The electric to the house used to have two electric services, and the electric lines ran right across the yard, kind of the most visible aspect of the property, the worst place you could have probably put them. What we've chosen to do is instead to move those to come from the back corner of the house, the northeast corner of the house, and we're actually going to put them underground. There's a utility pole that, if you remember from some of our first videos, that we actually had to hold up with the AEP truck to prevent the pole from falling over when we built out the addition in the basement. That pole is now going to serve as our power supply to the house. So what you can see here is along the north side of the home, the guys dug a trench. That trench then goes to that panel, which we were very fortunate. Benson and the team was able to source a 400 amp panel that was not a monstrosity in size. 400 amp panels can sometimes be quite large. They were able to find us one that isn't too crazy big, and going to sit on the north side of the home along with a lot of the other mechanicals of the house, for air conditioning, as well as a whole home generator, which we'll get into in the future. But first we need to get to the power to the house. So you can see here the guys have run a number of lines from the pole over to the house. They've installed the panel, and then this is on the inside in the basement. This is just a temporary wall that's being suspended from the ceiling, and you can see those are our two 200 amp boxes that will service all of the breakers and that for the home. You can see here in just a moment the electrician's doing some of that initial kind of hookup and setup of that. Well, currently we're still running on power from the original power service to the house while we're getting all this kind of in place. You'll be able to see here, this is the pole, and you can see what's going to happen is there are a couple of PVC pipes here that kind of dive around, and they'll have to put a little kind of it's not a meter, but a little box to serve as kind of a junction, if you will, for that. And that's what the guys are here kind of getting set up at the time. Here's kind of an idea of kind of some of that finished work. You can see the two different ground wires, the 400 amp service panel, the lines going in, and obviously some of that mortar will have to be then patched in. More of those PVC pipes, and you can see them running in the trench that the guys dug, running straight back out to the alley. Obviously we'll fill all this back in with gravel for temporary purposes, but then eventually new concrete will come over, and because this will actually serve as the ramp that if anybody in a wheelchair would be able to access the home. You can see here I'm pointing out in this video those lines, and this is not only for us to educate folks now as to how this is running, but also for future needs. You know, if there's ever a question which of these pipes goes to where, that's one of the reasons why I shot this video specifically, so you can see that. You can see here then we had a bunch of gravel then subsequently delivered, and then the guys will just tamp that down temporarily. Again, we're going to have to dig that back up a few more times throughout the course of construction as we go to put in the conduit for running out rainwater from the gutter system and that of the house. But for right now, so the guys can walk on it and not sprain an ankle or anything like that, we had them just tamp it down temporarily. So, Urban Ranch version 2.0, quickshot 6. Hope you guys are enjoying it. More to come.